Bear with me with a walk through memory lane, a short one. This is King Edward VIII, who was wed. The only time he was wed, the only child he had was kidnapped at 41. That's their only child. And I don't know who Emily, and I don't want to say anything because there might be I don't know the angle here to the woman who's saying she's the daughter of King Edward VIII, for she's not. So I'm not going to speak to that anymore. This is my mom, Claudia Ruth O'Keefe. When I was born in 41, my mom would have been, I believe, 40. I believe I'm correct. My father would have been 45. So they had me late in life, and quite frankly, I guess Mary and, I'm not going to say Queen Mary, she's my grandmother. And it's my understanding she had a great part in what happened to my father and my mother. My father was accused and branded when it was an imposter that married Wallace Warfield Simpson, the American spy, and became the illegal Duke and Duchess of Windsor. My Uncle George, the illegal sixth, who's Elizabeth, illegal second's father, helped kidnap me, helped take down my father with the lies. My God, it's never been corrected. It's the treaties and the takedown by the United States, the Illuminati, the global government, the Freemasons, and my father of Great Britain, and the kidnapping of me and the ongoing torture that it entailed. Now, this is the O'Keefe. That's my mom. I hope you can see the pain in her eyes. It's the only photograph I have. And by the way, I wanted to mention this. I did come, after I found out about my kidnapping in '83 and my real name, Margaret Ann Windsor, Victoria II, legal heir to the British Crown. I found out about my mom, and it's also said I had a picture, and a lot of my pictures have been removed. And some of my letters, like from Jack Hartsfield. Jack went out and delivered. It's like a trail leading me to my identity. He was FBI reporter, and he went from Huntsville, Alabama, where he saved my life, by the way, to Albuquerque, and not far from Abique, New Mexico, Santa Fe, where Ghost Ranch is, and Georgia O'Keefe, my aunt, the artist. I had her home. This is her baby sister, my mom. I did have a photograph when I found out my real name. I found a photograph of Anita O'Keefe, and oddly enough, it was the position they were sitting in at where was that filmed? It was a polo in Palm Springs, okay? That's been taken too. There's a lot of things missing, I found out. But anyway, how odd is it that if nothing else, I could come up with photos of saying who my mother is and everything, and my father, and then history will support it if anybody cares. And I think there are people who care. But Anita was sitting there at the table with Wallace Simpson, the spy, and the words can't describe her, who married the double, not my father, and helped take down my father, Edward VIII. His only marriage, a decent man. Why do you think they took him down? Was to my mom. She's a school teacher. And sister to Claudia, to artist Georgia O'Keefe. This is my mom. This is my dad. And this is the genealogy sheet. Now, I want to go to this. Excuse me here. I just want to go down memory lane a little bit. I do remember when I found out in '83, about my kidnapping and who my parents are. I did have memories. I wouldn't have known what to do with them, I suppose, had I, at the time, if they had come back, I would probably thought they were dreams or something. I remember it used to bother me when I saw there was something on TV once I saw about a castle and being kept up in a room and going through the hallways. And I remember she was a nursemaid. It was at night and she turned all the lights out. She took me like this, out of the hallway this way. She took me here into a room that is not about half what I'm in. A big, huge closet, or it was a room where they had a sink and cupboards up here. So I remember she put me against the door though we just come through. And that's quite odd if you think what happened to me. And she says, we're going to, she said something about we're going to have to turn out the lights. She got something out of the cabinet, and then two men opened the door and grabbed me. And that's how I remember that part, being taken down the hallways in the castle. So if this is Edinburgh Castle, that's where I'm supposed to have been kidnapped from. Now then, the rest that I remember was being brought to Moulton, Alabama, the pigsty I talk about, and being given the name, my identity stolen. It was near Cortland, Alabama Air Base. I have to assume that's where they brought me in. They brought me to what I remember was the huge portrait of my father holding me, obviously my christening. And I remember the feelings when they brought the big, huge photograph into that place, hellhole, the Dempseys, and they handed me, I do remember what I was thinking. I really do. I was thinking, what a beautiful man my father is. They handed me to that woman, Lina Dempsey, and the photograph was taken. Remember, this is 41. They were poorer than church mouse, meanest snakes. You can't describe them. So these two men, I know what they were suited like and everything. Oh, yes, I do. And they showed up later, and I'm not going to tell what they did to me because somebody would say I was making that up. You're going to find out if this is ever placed before the world court or God's court that I haven't lied one bit. I can't even put all the mess up here. Anyway, they handed me to Lina Dempsey, the twins' mother, that she had killed the twins, I found out later when I started finding out about my life and kidnapping. And Peggy, the name they gave me and stole my identity, both twins, Carl and Peggy, were dead. They were killed by that family, by Lina Dempsey, their mother, born out of wedlock. I had a summer dress on. I remember how I was turned and her holding me, and I had little blonde curls. Now then, I want to, by the way, I did climb up in that. It was a little cubby hole you could get through. Managed to crawl up there, and I saw the portrait once, and then it was gone. So were all the pictures that were taken of me when I was little. Now, they were supposed to get money. I can remember the conversations. They were supposed to get money for me. All right, now I want to fast and go back to, or not fast forward, backwards. They used to say that babies couldn't remember things. Now they're saying they can. So when I found out in '83 and could remember some things, why people were skeptical, they don't want to, because of who committed the crimes, okay? And the crime itself is so horrendous. The money is what people think about instead of correcting lies and injustices. There's some. I'm not talking about them. But before this video goes off, I wanted to say this. I remember, I think I put this up once, being where there was a huge chandelier. I can remember the room, and the French doors were here, and I must have been in a bassinet. There's two women. One's my mom standing by me. I can see the chandeliers. There's a woman here. I don't remember if she spoke English, British. accent or with an American. So I don't know.